Look, we're gonna have an intro music coming in pretty soon. I mean, we're already going on year 4, Kendall, of East West football. But we're gonna have a theme music coming in pretty soon, and our own very own intro coming in pretty soon, pretty hot. Kendall, week 13, man. I mean, it's in the books. We have week 14 up ahead. Let's get right into it, man. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Um, let's talk about the Sunday night game. Let's talk about the Sunday. We already kind of touched on the Thursday before, right, with the Seahawks losing to the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
35-41. So let's get right into it. The Colts actually come in and defeat your Tennessee Titans. I'm just saying yours, but they're not really yours.
I was about to say, what's going on, Steven? Yeah, Colts, good win. I actually think I picked Titans. No, I picked the Colts to win that game.
No, I think you picked the Titans. That's why I say it was your team.
Did I?
I think you
I
did.
could have sworn I went with the Colts.
Well, I think we are trying to convince you to go with the Colts because of the defense.
Yeah, good win by the Colts. They playing some good ball, man. Shane Steichen got them boys balling down there. They
Stephen
playing some
White.
good ball, and they really kept the foot on the gas since Anthony Richardson got out.
Well
That game
said,
went.
man.
That game quietly went to overtime.
But still, I mean, Gardner's still Gardner. I mean, he has his moments of flash, but with Gardner, he do you trust him long term?
No, just this year.
It's hard, right? Look, Steve White, what's up, Steve White? We love. Okay, ooh, let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Hey, week 13 recap. Hey, but we'll tell you this: this defense can play ball, right? That's the one thing that we've learned about the Indianapolis Colts. Right now, it is a tight ship, and I believe right now, currently in the playoffs, right now the Colts are the 6th seed, but right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars hold on to the 4th seed in the AFC South. I know we're going to talk about him a little bit more because we know that Trevor Lawrence did go down with a high ankle sprain. Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
So we'll get right to it in a bit. Falcons defeat the New York Jets. Kendall.
Not a lot of score in this game. Desmond Ritter made the plays that matter. Tim Boy really just got fired on his day off. They just cut him and they whatnot. But good win by the Falcons. A much needed win because they need it because they still number one in NFC South. Good win by the Falcons.
It, it's a, it's it was it's a crazy situation that is going on there with the New York Jets. I mean, we don't even know who's going to be playing quarterback next week. I mean, I haven't even seen Zach Wilson on. I mean, what is it, Kendall? I mean, what do they need? Is it? Do you think it's coaching or do you think it's just bad quarterback play
I
overall with
think
the
it's
Jets?
both. I mean, you think if you we're gonna get into it, man. You think the Patriots got a mess going on? Jets got a bigger mess. I feel.
Well, the Jets still have a legitimate defense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's led by Sauce Gardner and company, but we'll see. The Lions, they defeat the Saints 33-28, Kendall.
Oh yes, man. Good win by the Lions. Almost got away from man. Saints started coming back. Derek Carr got hurt, second concussion in as many weeks. James Winston came in, but a good win by the Lions. They kept the foot on the gas late. Jared Goff made a couple of throws, and Lions what's that 2 in a row for them? They're headed the right direction. Have really looked what? No, they lost on Thanksgiving or what? They're not. It's not 2 in a row. Have really looked good the past few weeks, but hey, a win you take a win. A win is a win. You'll take it.
A win is a win, and that's the most important right now, especially week 13 at the towards the. I mean, how many more weeks do we have for the regular season, Kendall? I mean,
Like
it's
about five.
5 to be exact. Steven White says, I went 8 for 4 on my picks this week. Titans, Broncos, Chiefs, and Jags messed me up. Hey, he did. What do you say? Lions rock. Hey, Steven White, I will say this. I was talking to Javier, right? Harvey. He was saying that he believes if Derek Carr did not go down, it might have been a different story for the Saints versus Lions.
Possibly.
You see that, Kendall?
Possibly. I think they could have won it possibly. From what
Hey,
I've seen, I
I
really
mean,
believe it.
I mean, when we looked at the schedule, you said, hey, let's look at the Saints schedule. I mean, they got DC right now, right? Derek Carr.
They
Uh,
got me looking bad, man. I picked them to represent the NFC. That's
yeah,
my
you said
my
that.
bold
Well, I
prediction.
mean,
I really believed it though.
but if you looked at the schedule, I mean, it was like it made sense. It was like, wow, the South is weak, like the whole entire division. It's not just the Saints. It's a very weak division. The NFC South is probably the most shameful. No, I don't know. Is it the most shameful division in the entire NFL?
Yeah.
It is right because the Panthers lost again, and I think they've already been completely eliminated out of contention for playoffs. So, Sir Hernando says, y'all can give me my flowers. Call the spread on the Niners beat the Eagles and upset the Packs versus Kansas City. Sir Hernando has been, man, he's been money since last year since we met Sir Hernando, man. I'll tell you that. So Nando, I'm gonna get your phone number. We're gonna start being BFFs, and we're gonna start doing these parlays together, man. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. Um, with the Lions, hey, I think that we're seeing what these Lions are capable of, and that's closing out the deal when they need to, right? I know that a lot of us were. Me personally, I was kind of critical on Jared Goff. You don't want your quarterback fumbling the ball. I think he had what, two fumbles in that loss in Thanksgiving, or was it a fumble and interception?
Two fumbles.
Shh, look at that, Sir. Stephen White is giving some love to Sir Nando. Appreciate the community we're building here on East West. Broncos lose to the Texans. Kendall, what is up with these Texans, man?
Hey, it's like they've caught lightning in the bottle, man. CJ Stroud balling. They lost Tank Dell for the year. That's gonna hurt it. But Nico Collins been balling. They still on field. They got
Hey,
Mechie and
N-
they got Robert Woods. They got Dalton Short. Good running game.
hey,
Offensive
Noah
line.
Brown is
Yeah, yeah. Noah Brown. Forgot about Noah Brown. Offensive line,
Dalton
man.
Schultz has been hurt though. But when he's there, he makes a big difference there.
Yeah, offensive line's been balling and whatnot, but that defense, I love what the head coach D'Amico Ryan got going there. Russell Wilson kind of turned back into Russell Wilson last year. This past week threw three interceptions. Derek Stingley came on. Will Anderson, good
With
win by
two.
the Houston Texans. Good bounce back win.
Hey, Stingley had 2 picks, and then we saw Will Anderson with 2 sacks, right? I mean, so some good ball. These Houston Texans are playing. They're right now they're ranked 8th, so they're right outside. They're on the bubble. They're right outside. Into I mean, do you think that maybe we could see a Texans in the playoffs this year?
I think they make it.
Wow, that's a good bowl. What up? What's up, Mike?
What up, Mike?
Posh. Hey. Much love to you. I know your Eagles went down, but it's all good. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and we'll want to hear your thoughts about that. Now we're going to talk about this ugly, ugly game. Ken, I don't know if you watched it, but it was horrible game. I don't know what the heck was going on. It didn't even look like. I think I've seen some high school games bonkers recently. The Chargers defeat the Patriots
Ugh.
6-0. I mean,
Ugh. I can't have to keep reminding myself the storm is almost over. The storm is almost over, man. Oh my gosh. How much more? Bro, just when I think it can't get any worse, it gets worse. Six, you can't even put up a field, you couldn't even put up a touchdown, let alone a field goal against the Chargers, and they got one of the worst defenses. I know it was raining, but bro, this oh my! Listen, I'm gonna save that for Ken's Pat Talk. Come over to my YouTube and talk, and you can we can talk. I'm gonna save manager for that. But oh my god, let's just move on. Let's just move on.
it was that bad, but just a surprise that the Chargers are looking that back, especially with Herbert, man. I mean, Herbert was so much promising. He looked like he was ready to take the
On the
next
bright
leap.
side, that Patriot defense still good, but
Yeah, it
ugh,
is. It is relatively good, but we really thought that this was going to be the season for Herbert to hit the Excel button and just take it to another level. He got the guru offensive coordinator, and nope, it looks like they. You know what? The game's horrible. Let's move on. The
yeah.
Cardinals defeat the Steelers. Kendall, it was 24-10 in this game. Let me ask you a
You said
question. Go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is this a legit win, or let's just say Steelers Nation, are the terrible tales gonna be saying it's because they lost Kenny Pickett?
Well, Kenny Pickett got hurt, but I don't think they were lighting the world on fire before Kenny Pickett did. I don't think they were lighting the game up. Good win by the Cardinals. I'm happy because we went for number three, number two, and all we need now, still in the Patriots, is a number. We need the Panthers to win, and we get number one overall pick. So I'm happy there. But back to this game, good win by the Cardinals. They're not going nowhere this year. I think they're going to keep Kyler Murray. He's playing just enough to get him out of that quarterback range. They got some players on defense. Steelers are bad. They're bad. They record they've kind of caught some teams with a couple late drives late. Kenny Pickett throw something a bomb down to George Pickens, but still it's not a good team. They're gonna be one done in the playoffs. They're gonna be one. They're not good, bro. They're not. They've just has a good luck. And speaking of Steelers and Patriots playing third, this can be an ugly game. But yeah, Steelers not a good team. I actually picked the Cardinals to go there and win this game.
You were, and I think I stuck with the Steelers on that one. Steve White says that he loves surprises, right? He said that he said I said 17-10 Chargers, but 6 points is total. That's crazy, right? Because he's talking about your game with
Freaking ridiculous.
Mike. Portia says Bill Belichick to the Chargers, Kendall.
Hey, give us a first round pick. We'll trade him to you for a first round pick to the Chargers.
Wow, look at this. Stephen White says, Ken, looking at Harrison Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look, if you guys miss out, I don't care what anybody has to say about Caleb Williams. You know about that one when he got eliminated from from being able to play in the Pac-12. I think it was when he dropped the third game and he was crying to his mom. I don't care about that stuff. He has all the talent in the world. But if you guys miss on Caleb Williams, I think that Marvin Harrison is a generational
He's the
player.
type of guy that can make a quarterback anybody look good.
Anybody
And
look good.
what the Patriots don't have nobody to keep you up at night. So that's what
But
you need.
I will say this: I think it is Mac Jones' final year with the Patriots. I really do think that. You guys didn't even pick up the fifth round on him, did you?
No.
So I think it's it for him.
Well,
Let's
he
move.
has one more year with 2024.
That's correct. That's correct. Dolphins defeat the Commanders 45-15. Kendall.
Kind of what we seen from them. They beat up on bad teams. If they don't beat them, they beat them down. They blow them out. Washington, they're on their way out. They're not going away this year. Ron Rivera's about to get fired as soon as Black Monday gets here. Um, Dolphins with number one in the AFC right now.
And that goes for scoring too. In the NFL, Panthers lose again to the Buccaneers, and this one was actually the score wasn't that bad. It was 21-18. Kendall. These both teams look like.
Yeah, I actually think Carolina's going to get a couple wins here down the stretch. They got a winnable schedule. Tampa Bay again. They got the Saints this week. I think they're at the Saints this week. They got Falcons. Jacksonville might not have Trevor. Then they got Green Bay. I don't think they win that one, but they got a couple wins coming down the stretch.
Mark Wayne Crandall, right? Crandell. Appreciate you chiming in. Anybody comes on and gives us a comment, we give you a round of applause. Appreciate that. Mac Jones is done after next year. Belly is going to either retire or what's the connection with the Chargers? What am I missing here, Kendall?
He's not. I listen to a show. I got a close connection, and I got my people that he will not be going to the chart because they don't like to pay nobody. They don't like swinging big and no big head coach. They don't like to pay that coach. He's not going to the Chargers. I don't think he's going to the Commanders either. The only legitimate shot I can see getting Bill Belichick is maybe the Panthers because he can have everything that he wants there. But I'm hearing they're looking at the offensive head coach. So if you look at all the options for Belichick, you got the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Panthers. Nobody else gonna really want Bill Belichick, and there's nowhere else he gonna really want to go. And those are the only three teams if he was to go to that he would have. Because you remember Bill Belichick, if he goes to a team, he's gonna want he's gonna be the head coach, but he's gonna want the GM. He's gonna want all. He's not just that's what all Belichick's gonna do. Only team I can see giving him that is Washington and Carolina, and I'm already hearing Carolina's looking at an offensive coach. That will not be Bill Belichick, and Washington is the only other shot. But who knows what Matt Johnson is gonna do that now? I can see Washington, and I've already heard the Chargers that they're not. He's not gonna go to the Chargers.
Yeah, I saw Bleacher. I think it was Bleacher Report that put out that the Bears are already eyeing
Eric, the
Eric
enemy.
the enemy, which is crazy. I mean, we
Yep.
haven't even got to the end of the season. We're already talking about coaching changes. Fernando says Harrison Jr. be mad if he went to the Patriots. Just saying, no quarterback and coach could be gone soon. So, look, I understand. I'm with Fernando. I think right now people are understanding that that's exactly where you go to, like your career
Well, he
kind of.
has no control over where he goes. So
That is a very true statement. Very true. But we'll see, right? We'll get game back, right? The Panthers. You're saying they might get some wins, right?
yeah, they'll get a couple wins. I think they win Sunday against the Saints.
I,
I need them to win.
I doubt they're going to move on from their quarterback, even if they get the first round pick. But
Well,
they don't
that's
have
not
it. It's the
that's the
Bears.
bear. Yeah,
And with the Bears, I don't know. Are you ready to move on from Justin Fields? It's kind of a hard decision, but I'm pretty
I kind of
sure
hope he plays good. That helps us out too, because
it does.
that's one less person we got. We're in the Patriots on a good spot, man. They are.
A very good spot. I really want to talk about this game towards the end, right? Because we had a couple other games. But you know what? Let's go ahead and just go right through it. The 49ers defeat the Eagles 42-19.
Whew.
Kendall, let me get close to the mic so people can hear me very clear. The 49ers beat the best team in the entire NFL 42-19. Kendall, I don't know if you saw the stat line itself. I believe there was approximately how many times did they score in a row?
Like Well, 6 straight times, I think.
I believe it was 6 straight scores, and they were all touchdowns. I mean,
Man,
touchdown, 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 touchdown. Hey, this is the most disciplined team in the entire NFL. Kendall, take it away. What do you think?
I actually thought Philly was going to win the game by at least
You
two
did.
scores. The first, when it first started, I thought Philly had the momentum. But San Fran, after those first two drives, they couldn't do nothing. They started getting going, and they did not look back. And I think the score was not even as close as what the final score is, because they got a couple garbage time touchdowns at the end. But San Francisco, you said a pre-show, Jerry, is the best football team. They're the best team, and I don't even think it's particularly close. When they are healthy, they cannot be beat. The only games they have lost this year when they weren't healthy. Trent Williams was out, Debo was out. I think Kittle missed a game or something like that. Purdy just was coming back. He had a couple injuries and whatnot.
I
But
think it was a thumb, right? That pretty had.
yeah, San Fran is the best team in the league. I thought it was Philly, but San Fran's the best. And Philly has no excuse. They didn't have no injuries this past week. They were healthy. What they were healthy, but they had played with 3 games, like a 12-day span, something like that. So they probably kind of been tired. They beat Dallas, beat the Eagles, and beat the Chiefs and beat Buffalo. But man, San Fran came in there and punched them in their mouth, and they deboed them. They deboed them.
Look, I root for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if anybody knows this. Kendall, did you know that?
I did.
The San Francisco 49ers are the best team in the entire NFL, okay? There you go. And if you want to put the Eagles second, go ahead. Crown them, whatever. But we saw exactly like what you said. It was complete domination. I mean, they literally came into Philly, they came into what's the name of the
Link
linked, right?
the
What is it?
link.
So they came into Philly and they literally punched them in the mouth. Complete dominance, left and right. Let me see.
At least the Cowboys can say that they was on the road when they got punched
Yeah,
in.
in Santa Clara. Mike Portia says Justin Fields to Atlanta. Damn, Kendall, if this stuff happens in the offseason, damn, you can say
I
goodbye
called
to
that.
Caleb Williams. CNY says DQ will be offered gold bars for him to leave Dallas. I think that's already in the works. I saw Bleacher. Was it Bleacher Report? No, it wasn't Bleacher Report. Yeah, it was Bleacher Report, but I think they're reiterating a tweet that somebody that follows the Cowboys saying the Cowboys failed to make it to the NFC Championship or at least win the NFC Championship.
McCarthy might be gone, and Dan
Mike
Quinn. I would
McCarthy,
like to
and
see Dan Quinn as the head coach.
it would be crazy to see Dan Quinn as the head coach because he's gonna
You
bring
think
in
McCarthy gone if y'all don't make it this year?
I really don't know. I think it just depends. If we don't get past the divisional round, I think he's gone. But if we get to the championship round, I think they give him a little bit of leeway. But the last time Dan Quinn was a head coach, who was his offensive coordinator when they had success and they almost won the Super Bowl, but they lost it. I don't know why. You can blame him on Dan Quinn, or you can blame it on whoever you want to blame. But you watched that game very clearly, and you what was the score at half? 28-3.
Yeah.
So Fernando says he'll pull an Eli, say trade me to the Patriots. Laughing out loud. He's talking about Marvin Harrison
Oh
Jr.
yeah.
Mike Porsche says 6 drives. Hey, Mike Porsche, I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm not picking on anybody particular. I have to eat crow. Cowboys lost to the Eagles. Eagles were the best team up until that time. I even gave the Eagles credit for being the best team because the record was 10-1, and the 49ers came and they dominated. He goes, don't believe the hype. Mike Porsche, there's no hype, man. These 49ers are for real, bro. I mean, whoever can beat the 49ers are next. Or if you could beat the 49ers, you're going to win the Super Bowl, specifically in the playoffs. Fernando says, told y'all and Ken back four was sus. They passed 3 games.
Philly secondary.
Huh?
He talking about Philly secondary.
Okay. Was sus past 3 games. The other team shot themselves in the foot at the end. Flags or bad plays. Sheesh, man. Mike Porche says 3 games in 13 days, 95 snaps in Bills game. That's a lot of that's a lot of football.
That Philly was tired.
Well, I mean, can you imagine the Cowboys too? I mean, shoot, I think the Cowboys had like what was it, almost back to back. Okay, it was Sunday and a Thursday, and then the next Thursday too. And Mike Porche says just this week. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they can get back on the hat. I know there's a big game. There's a big game coming, a very big game, just as big as that San Fran game, and we'll get to that in just a bit. Fernando says, if I'm Mike, I'll take a page out of the 49ers playbook and attack the middle with our tight ends. You know what? I saw some, I have some friends that are 49er fans, and I saw them saying if they could get Kittle going, that's it for the Eagles. And I think that's why Shaq Leonard signed with the Eagles. What do you think, Kendall?
Gotta see if he's healthy. I mean, he hasn't been healthy the past couple of years. And why did the Colts get rid of him? Because they couldn't. I mean, it's always a story behind these things like that when it happen. So we're gonna see. Cause he's definitely gonna get playing time in Philly behind
Look,
those D tackles.
yeah, and I think that's where I think he knew, right? Because I think it was down to the Cowboys and Eagles. I mean, as it is with the Colts, he wasn't even playing three downs.
I
He
don't think
wasn't.
he would have got a lot of playing time with Dallas because
Yeah, he wouldn't get.
They got
He,
Bell and Clark playing pretty good.
I think he's trying to revive his career, and I think he understands that the Eagles offer a great opportunity behind that defensive line. Like you're right, and he just says Mike Portier wants to point out Niners had 10 days of rest. Holy
They
smoke!
did because they hadn't played since Thanksgiving.
That's a true statement. Stephen White says 3 games and in 12 days Dallas got through it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes to these type of games, especially when you play during the Thanksgiving, It's not an easy tilt for anybody. Shaq is very intelligent of the film. He'll be a great veteran presence. Hey man, we've seen when he was Darius Leonard. I think that was the best years of his career when he was Darius. I know you want to be called certain names, but shoot, man, you should have done that before you came into the league, man. What do you say? And then he also
Off the
added
field.
off the field too. Yes, I mean we saw where I think once they gave him his release, he was at the Colts game and he got a standing ovation when he was in the press box. So definitely could be a great addition to this Eagles defense. We'll see. I don't know if he's the missing piece. I think there's bigger issues in Philly. But I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm not a Fly Eagles fan, but I can just tell you from seeing them, they're having some struggles. They're not as dominant as what they are. They had the touch push, but I mean, if Devontae Smith can't get open or AJ Brown, what do you have at this point? Steve White says Eagles need as much as they can get. Load them up. Here we go. Right. And then Sernell says he signed with the Eagles because he knew he was going to get more playing time and part time with the Cowboys. They sub more bodies in every series. That's a true statement. That goes for defensive linemen and safeties. I think the only ones that are safe are the cornerbacks right now with the Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys. The Browns lose to the Rams 36-19, Kendall.
Shocking one there, but not really shocking. Joe Flacco was starting for the Browns. They've had some injuries at quarterback. DTR is out, but the Browns are balling. I think they won like 2 or 3 straight. So good win by the Browns, and they're in the playoff picture right now. I think.
I believe last week they were strong contenders in the playoffs, but this week I believe they're still in the playoffs. You're right, Kendall. They are ranked seventh. Let me see, and
So
then
they
we
got the
got
final. They got the final spot, right? Rams.
yeah, they got the final spot. No, the Browns. The
Oh,
Browns.
Browns. Okay.
We'll get to the playoff picture, and then we will have a little chit chat after that. Chiefs lose to the Packers, Kendall, 27-19. Did you see this coming?
Yeah, I didn't, but I did see Green Bay. Green Bay look good. Jordan Love, it's starting to click for him, and he got some young weapons too. Kristen Watson got hurt with the hammy on Romeo Dobbs, Malik Heath,
Jared,
Dante,
Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed. I liked him during the draft process for Michigan State, and Dontavion Weeks. They didn't even have their best tight end, Lucas Musgrave, and Aaron Jones was out. But their defense was all over Mahomes. The fish thing has been bad. That should have been a couple pass interference down there. But man, good win by Green Bay, man.
Hey, that's all I gotta say is damn. If there's one game that Jordan Love needed, I think he needed this game against the Chiefs to give him that confidence that he needs to go ahead and take that next level. Because I remember, I mean, people were saying that Jordan Love was the second coming of Patrick Mahomes because of the arm strength and the arm talent, but that's kind of sometimes what you need. You need these kind of wins to carry that momentum into next week. Hey, how about last night's game, Kendall? I mean, this was a very entertaining game, just all the way to the end. 34, the Bengals win 34-31. I think
In
the
overtime,
in overtime also. I think Brown is it how do you say his name? Is it
Browning.
Brown? I don't know why I want to say Brownie. But Browning, I mean, he had a damn near perfect pass passing completion percentage.
Yeah, Jake Brown. He goes to show you, like, man, front hand, like, hey, you don't have to have the quarterback because Joe Burrow's been out and they got weapons in Cincinnati. Jake Browning came out the bench. He's been balling the past couple. I know he lost against Pittsburgh, but last night he couldn't. He didn't could like he just couldn't miss a beat. Couldn't he? He was like they only had like 5 incompletions. Jamar Chase had a big game, 11 catches for a buck for up 100 of a buck. So I mean, they're good. They play. They're still pretty good. They're still in the playoff picture too. So don't rule out Cincinnati. They got a big game this Sunday against the Colts. But good win by the Bengals, man. Jacksonville, I hope Trevor Lawrence is okay.
Mike Porche says he wants to clarify with the Eagles. The Eagles did not have their tight end Dallas Goddard, which they use him in the
They
red
tapped
zone.
in.
They go 14-0 instead of 6. Shanahan is 0-3, 0-38, trailing by 10 plus points.
Yep.
And then he also says different game when
Different
you're
game,
14-0
14-0.
going into the second quarter. Look, we're not saying the Eagles suck. We're not saying that at all. We're just saying right now the 49ers, when they're clicking and they can stay healthy, holy crap, you got to be careful with this team. Kendall, one more thing. Do you think that Trevor Lawrence is out for extended period of time?
Well, they say he's gonna be working all around the clock this week to get back and play. From behind the sprain, I don't see it happening this week. I think he'll be out for a couple weeks. It's gonna
Man,
cost Jacksonville a little bit.
it's
I think
unfortunate.
Texas win that division. I think.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Because look, this is what we have right now. This is the AFC playoff scenarios right now. If the season ended today, Dolphins would have the number one seed. They surpassed the Ravens from a week ago. The Ravens would be the second seed. Chiefs would be the third seed. Jaguars would be the fourth seed. Right, their record is 8-4. The Steelers are fifth at 7-5. You said that you don't really see them staying there too long.
I don't.
Okay. Then you got the Colts at 7-5 with the sixth seed. The Browns are 7-5 with the 7-5 at 7-5. They have the seventh seed. Then you got the Texans right out. They're on the bubble. They're looking inside. They're 7-5, and you got the Broncos 6-6. That was a hell of a game. And you got the Bills at 6-6, Bengals at 6-6. Anything that you think can rearrange in that division or in this AFC scenario?
I think the injury with Trevor Lawrence is gonna hurt Jacksonville. I think Houston wins the division. And keep an eye on the Bengals, man. Just because Burrow's out, I don't think we can be right in their daggone eulogy right now. I think they still can play. I think they still can win some games here. They got some winnable games still coming up here. Keep an eye on that Jake Brown. I like what I seen on him back to the preseason. And he got a lot of weapons there. So watch out for the Bengals and watch. And I love what the Colts are doing too. Colts, I can't believe since they lost Richardson, they just been balling. So those are my three teams to watch out: the Colts, Texans, and the Bengals.
Look, Janelle says, I feel bad for my dude getting hurt. I hate to see it. It would it would
Yeah,
have a splash
splash
in the
playoff.
playoffs, man. No
Yeah,
doubt, no doubt. I want to see the Cowboys pound on the Eagles by Stephen White. Mike Borche, yes, we will. Hey, we definitely do need a collab. Let's see if we can do it on Sunday too. That's the best day to do it. Ravens and Dolphins, Philly and Niners. So I guess that's what he's saying. That's going to be the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. Kendall?
Ravens and Dolphins. Those are the championship games.
Yeah, that's what he's calling. He's predicting.
If I had to make a Super Bowl prediction right now, I would go Ravens Eagles. If I had to pick it right now.
Wow, that's good for you. You still think you are still sticking with that team.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this question, Kendall. Well, you know what? Let's jump into Thursday,
yeah.
right? Because we want to make our predictions because obviously Thursday we'll see Thursday before Sunday. Uh God willing. Patriots go
Ugh.
Patriots at Steelers. That's gonna be the Thursday night game, kiddo.
Bailey Zappi versus Mitch Trubisky. Raise your hand if you're up for that. Oh man, it's gonna be a bad game, man. I just want to see. I want us to lose the game in terms of long term. Anybody that knows me as a Patriots fan, Patriots content creator, I want us to. I want the best. I want what's best for the team. Get this first round pick. Panthers need to win the game. We get the first round pick. We need to keep losing, obviously. But I think in a loss, you still can have some individual wins. I do believe. I want to see some of the younger players, Kayshawn Booty, Pop Douglas, if he plays with a concussion. Some of the younger guys on the draft pad want to see them play well. See if we can move the ball against a stingy Pittsburgh defense. And Betty Zappi, you're fighting for your job. If you play pretty good, now I mean we know you're not a starter, but you can stay in New England as a backup quarterback. So that you might have a job there in New England if you can play well. But This gonna be a ugly slobber knocker game. If you think this past Sunday with the Chargers was 6-0 is bad, I think this week it's gonna be something like 13-6 Pittsburgh, something like that. It's gonna be a bad game. I might. This is gonna be tough to watch.
It's gonna be definitely tough to watch, but we'll see. I mean, like you said, I mean, maybe Mitch Trubisky's gonna try to play some hero ball, maybe get it to George Pickens or something. But like you said,
Yeah,
that
Jordan Pickens is due for one highlight reel catch a game.
he's done that. It feels like every since he came into the league. Mike Brochet, we're friends on Facebook. Send me that DM and definitely get to you. Steven White says I like Zappy. I don't know. Do you like him as a franchise quarterback?
Hell no.
And it's Bailey Zappi, right?
Yeah.
Mark Wayne Crandell says there's a game on Thursday. Question
Yep.
Man, I'll tell you this, but that game against the Seahawks and the Cowboys, holy moly, that was a great game. Kiddo, don't you think that's probably one of the best Thursday night games you've seen in quite some
That's what
time?
I said. Yep.
Well, it's one of the best. I loved it. It was entertaining all the way to the end. Pittsburgh Pittsburgh winning 24-14.
I
So
don't see
he's
Pittsburgh putting up 24 points. That's too much of a line right there. I see something like a 13. I say 16-6, 16-6 Pittsburgh, something like that.
damn. I'm gonna go ahead and ride with the Steelers right now.
Give me a final
Look,
score.
look, Mike Roche is also saying yes. That's been the best game on Thursday night. Amazon Thursday night games. Yes, it
Give me a
has.
final score Thursday, Jerry.
Oh shoot! Can I
I go
wait?
16-6. As long as if Pittsburgh can score 10 points, they'll win.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Pittsburgh 17. And I'm gonna go ahead and give 17-10 Patriots.
That
Pittsburgh.
Patriots get 10 points. That's gonna be
What did Fernando say? Turnover short field. That could be a thing. He's. I mean, the Patriots are doing that last week. Well, why? I don't understand.
Ugh.
Mark Wayne Cranton says there won't be more than 20 points on this.
I
On the
agree.
total.
I agree, Mark Wayne. I
Well, I
agree.
think what did I say? I said 17-10. Okay, well then you take away the touchdown. Maybe it would be 17-3. Then okay, I can meet you in the middle there. I would just try to give the Patriots benefit of the doubt. Maybe Bailey
As long
Zappi
as
wants
we
to show.
lose, I don't care what we do.
I mean, there's some quarterbacks that actually want to show off and they start playing hero ball. And when you play hero ball for your team, that's when you see differences. Mike Porsche says 20-17 to the Steelers, kind of on par with me. And CY says 23-17 Pittsburgh. So we do see people signing more with the Steelers. And in your case, that does feel that doesn't that give you a little bit of ease if you know the Steelers come away with that Thursday night victory. And that's because you love your team, right?
Keep losing, baby. Keep losing.
Keep losing, you're funny. Kendall, so let me ask you right now. So go ahead and give me four teams in the AFC and four teams in the NFC that are peaking at the right time right now. I mean, this is already the back end of the season. This is when you want to start turning on the Jets. What are the four teams in the AFC?
I'm gonna go Houston. I'm gonna go to Colts, Baltimore. I will say Miami, but they really ain't play nobody. One more team. Yeah, Houston, Colts, Baltimore. Dang, who else is out there? I'm forgetting somebody.
Let's see here.
Houston, Colts, Baltimore. East, West. If the Bills win Sunday, I go with Buffalo.
Shoot, that was theirs for the taking. I I
Yeah,
w- I, w- I would have thrown Broncos in there, but you lost to the Texans, so
yeah. Houston, Colts, and Baltimore. Those are the ones that are. I mean, I guess Miami, but they really ain't playing nobody.
it's okay. We're gonna stick with Miami because
From
they're just
NFC, from the NFC, I'll go. I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I like what the Rams been doing the past couple weeks. Green Bay, the Rams, San Francisco, obviously, and I think I'll go with and Dallas. I'm gonna go Dallas. I'll go Dallas.
all right, all right. I can kind of see that. I will say, look, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Dolphins for now because right now they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be winning these games and they're winning
And one more
by a
thing,
nice
this
fashion.
the AFC is wide open. This not your formidable Chiefs. They're not
It's
as
not.
good as last year.
It's
They're not.
it's a different world we
Miami
live in.
ain't play nobody. Buffalo got a lot of injuries. The AFC, Baltimore, can you really trust them late? Like the AFC is wide open, man. I'm telling you, man. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. Chiefs will make it back. It's wide open.
And what is it? The Ravens are coming off of a
Yeah, they're coming off
Bye.
a bye. They got the Rams this
They
week.
got
Big
the
game.
Rams, and that's a 12 o'clock game.
Yeah.
But look, let's see. Let's chime in with our group here. Let me see. Mark Wayne says if Zappy plays hero ball, they should pull him and run Wildcat rest of the game.
Please let
Do
him get
not
off
tell that to
that.
Kendall. Kendall is a long time Patriots fan. He's almost going to convert to a Cowboys if they don't get their stuff together. If they don't get Marvin Harrison, he's coming. He's coming to the dark side. But Kendall, do you think Zappy and the Wildcat can get them going on offense?
If you can do Wildcat, put Malik Cunningham in. See Malik Cunningham can that do.
Shh. Man, Malik Cunningham looks like he's hungry too, Kendall.
Whatever they do, just lose the freaking game. Make it interesting, but lose.
Look, so Mark says, look at this. AFC peaks are Houston, Buffalo, Indy are guaranteed 3. Boo. He's right on
Okay.
board. He's right on board with you. Mike Porsche says Houston, Colts, Ravens, and Dolphins. That's
Okay.
yeah, I can dig it. And Mike Porsche
I'm
says
surprised at these Colts, man. They all been balling.
it's crazy, right? And then the Cowboys, Packers, Niners, and Rams. I hadn't quite got to the NFC, but damn, I'll tell you this. The 49ers, we gotta give credit where credit is due. I've been this is one this has been historically this has been one of my least favorite teams in the entire NFL. Like I don't normally say hate because I think it's a strong word, but since I was young, I've never liked the Niners. But dang, the Niners are damn good. I don't know what Kyle Shanahan is coaching up, but they are on fire. I mean, they are on fire. I don't know how he keeps it going, Kendall. And I like I said, either like I think me and Harvey had a chat earlier on. He said the same thing as you. If they can stay healthy, then they're Super Bowl champs, Kendall. Uh Certain says, hate the word nobody. If you don't show up to play the game, that nobody will surprise you. White media hates on the boys because they KO teams in the first half while others struggle. Boom. Fernando dropping that knowledge, man. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. If you're gonna win, you're supposed to win big. Mark Wayne says Minshew is
Yeah.
trying to gain a starting spot back. Hey, well, he's doing a damn good job, don't you
Damn
think?
sure is.
Shoot. But he said just got out of work. And Jerry, you are right. Kendall is a Cowboys fan.
How about them Cowboys?
What do you say? Stephen White says, hope we meet in the NFC championship again. Damn. Okay. Now I know he's talking about the Cowboys, but who are you saying in the NFC championship, Stephen White? Like we need some answers here. Uh, Mike Porsche says Niner style play isn't fit to stay healthy. Not only that, but I think that they're fake bullies. You know what I mean? They trying to be bullies, but they're fakes. They're not bullies. You know what I mean? If anything, I think I think I think Trent Williams. I think the last time Trent Williams was a bully, well, he was even a bully. Didn't he punch Richard Sherman in the mouth, Kendall,
Yeah, when
with his
he's with
face mask?
Washington, it was
With
in
his face,
Washington.
he had his face mask on too, right?
Yeah,
So the 49ers have orchestrated this persona, right? That they're the bullies in the entire NFL. Well, you know what? They're dominating, and I don't think it has anything to do with any player on that team. I really do think it's coming down to Kyle Shanahan and the execution on this in this team. So Stephen White is this is what he's asking for, right? And Mike Porsche, that is a great statement. You're absolutely right. Their style of play isn't fit to stay healthy. You're right. I mean, we've already seen Debo go down what twice in back-to-back seasons. We've seen Trent Williams go down back-to-back seasons. Kendall, yes or no?
yes, Trent Williams.
Last year, both of them
If they
went
can
down.
stay healthy, but I think San Fran, if they can stay healthy, they'll make it all the way. If they can stay healthy.
So Stephen White says that he would love to see the Cowboys versus the 49ers in the NFC Championship. Is there a possibility that could happen, Kendall?
It is, I mean, because San Fran has the no, Philly still has the one.
Mm-hmm.
So Philly, if Philly lose to Dallas, then San Fran has a great chance of getting the one because they had the head to head. Philly would have 3 losses, and they've beaten Philly and Dallas. So if Philly loses Sunday to the Cowboys in a few days, San Fran moves up to one, I believe, right? And Philly would drop. Yeah, San Fran would be one.
San Fran would be one.
They would be one. They'd be the one seed, I believe, because they got the head to head against Philly and Dallas. They'd have the same amount of losses. I believe that's right.
Me and Harvey were just talking about this recently. I don't know. Just double check this.
Come on, Milwaukee. Yeah, Philly. If Philly wins, Philly loses Dallas. San Fran. Cause how many wins? San Fran is 10 and they got 10 wins. I believe I'm right.
So the Cowboys could move into first place in the division with a win over the Eagles in Week 14 by virtue of what would be a better record in the NFC East.
Oh, so if
Uh,
Dallas wins Sunday, they can be number one division.
no, 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 in the division, correct. Right now,
Okay.
technically, because of virtue of better record in the NFC East. Um,
Hmm.
let me see. On that one, we will have the answer. Well, let me see. This some more
Yeah,
people.
I think I'm right. If San Fran wins, if Dallas beats Eagles, San Fran will be the one seed.
So we
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
said.
Mike Porsche says yes, Kendall. Uh, Harvard Jago says 49ers are one if Cowboys win.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we got that. And then he goes by conference wins.
Mm-hmm. I
And
thought so.
then Mark Wayne says 9-3. And then Cernado
Cowboys
says
beat
Cowboys
Philly.
beat
We all
Philly. We will
becoming
becoming
Ravens.
we all becoming Seattle and Ravens fans when they play Philly and Niners down the road because I think they're saying that right now if that same Seattle team brings it to the 49ers, the 49ers have to go to the 12 to play the Seahawks, right?
And Baltimore got to play San Fran this year. I think that game is in Baltimore. I believe might be San Francisco, not for sure.
And it's crazy because a year ago, Kendall, we weren't saying that that the 49ers had the best offense in the league. We were talking about
We
the
won't.
defense. And now you got to have an offense that can match the 49ers to beat them. Am I right
But
or am I is this a correct statement?
yeah, you're right. But check this out here. Even if Philly does lose to Dallas on Sunday, they have still have a great chance of regaining the one seed because Philly would have the Giants twice. They got Seattle, and then they got the Cardinals, I believe. And y'all still got to play Miami at Buff at Miami. But I think y'all split. Y'all gonna
Yeah,
split those.
I think at the back end, this is where the Cowboys have the toughest schedule, and it's gonna be one of those that they gotta come away with the wins.
I
Uh,
think they split Miami and Buff. I don't think they win. I think they split Miami and Buff. No, which one they gonna win? But they're gonna split there. And then y'all got Washington. Y'all should beat Washington. I think y'all got Detroit coming to Dallas.
yeah,
So
Detroit week
y'all,
17. That's when Jimmy
yeah.
Johnson gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, and there's a bunch of conspiracy Cowboys fans out there and a bunch of conspiracy theorists out there. They're saying when Jimmy Johnson gets into the Ring of Honor, he'll let go of the curse he put on the Cowboys for 27 years. Harvey says, "Go Ravens!" Right? And then Mark Wayne says, "If Dallas wins, San Francisco goes number two. Dallas gets
Yep.
number two." And Mike Porsche says, "Correct, Kendall." And the Niners' defensive line is amazingly
They're
elite.
deep too. They are deep, and I'm talking about they're not deep just in they deep as in can get to the quarterback.
I mean, it's so deep that I literally saw Chase Young in and Nick Bosa out on the goal line stands.
They still can get pressure. Like
Hey, and what happened to Randy Gregory? I mean, does he even play football anymore?
I seen them get a little bit of pressure the other day.
I'm just no, I'm just a joke because that defensive line is just sensational with San Fran, and I think San Fran just picked up Logan Ryan today to add depth to that cornerback position.
Good
You should
pickup.
know you should know him more than anybody.
Yep.
Kendall, that's it for us, man. We went
Yes,
over,
sir.
but this is fun, man. This is really fun. Can't believe week 13 is already it. But these are the little moments that we should cherish and love. Of course, you know what I mean? Because come week 17, we're gonna be like, uh-oh, what do we do after the playoffs? What do we
Yeah,
do
man.
after the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna hate it, man. I'm gonna hate it, man. I'm gonna
Hey,
hate it,
we
man.
we literally go through a dry spell where we just turn into draft guys.
Yep.
But
Draft
hey,
season is upon us.
we're on to week 14. You got our predictions for Thursday. We'll see you guys on Sunday kickoff. That's it for us, guys. And
Yes,
hey,
sir.
make sure to subscribe, like. Please help East West Football get to 1,000. Help Kent. Shout out. Help
Ken's
Kendall.
Pats Talk.
King's Pets Talk, and of course
Subscribe.
the Cowboys Cast on East West Football and East West Football, and of course we gotta show some love to Lions Ave with Walter Stringer. He's been MIA. I don't know. Whenever you guys see him, say what's up. Why aren't you on East West anymore, man? That's it for us, man. We
All
will
right.
see
Have
you
a
guys
good one.
Sunday, man.